Hello friends, this is Laksh Gupta from CBSE French Class 9 and 10. This is a fourth video where we are going to learn le Temps Convenables, which is a very important question for class 9 and 10 exam. Here we know how to use different tense in a sentence using some keywords. So let's start. The first tense is the present tense. The keyword for the present tense is aujourd'hui. Now let's take a few examples. The first example is ils à l'école aujourd'hui and the verb is aller. Now we can see that the keyword here is aujourd'hui. So it can be they are going to the school today. So we will conjugate it in the present tense as wo. The next example is il beau aujourd'hui. This is a weather description where we are saying it is good today. So the keyword here is today and we will use the present tense and it will be conjugated as fait. The next tense is the passé composé. This is the past tense. The keywords for this tense are hier, dernier, and avant. Now, let's take a few examples to understand this. The first example is Moni tue une pomme hier, and the verb is manger. So it is Moni ate a apple yesterday. So we will use the past tense and it will be written as Moni a mangé une pomme hier. The next example is tu dash avodate paro. The verb is se leve and we can see that the keyword is avo. So we will use the past tense and it will be conjugated as tu e te leve. The next tense is the future tense. The keywords for this tense are demain, proche and après. Now let's look at the examples. The first example is nous dash à Paris demain. So it is literally translated as we will be at Paris tomorrow. So we will use the future tense and it will be conjugated as sera. The next example is vous à Delhi le année prochaine. So it will be literally translated as you will go to Delhi the approaching year. So we will use the future tense and it will be conjugated as vous irez à Delhi l'année prochaine. The next tense is the future past tense. The keywords for this are do plus time factor, auxiliary and bientôt. Let's take a few examples. The first example is mark dash do quelques minutes. Now here the keyword is do plus quelques minutes and the quelques minutes is the time factor here. The verb is déjeuner, so we will conjugate it in the future past tense and it will be written as mark va déjeuner. The next example is Le Père Noël venir bientôt. The verb is venir and the keyword is bientôt. So we will use the future past tense and it will be written as Le Père Noël va venir bientôt. The next tense is the passé récent tense. It is used in a sentence in which Ilya plus a time factor is given. Now let's take a few examples. The first example is Le bébé Ilya instant. The verb is s'endormir. So we will use the passé récent tense and it will be written as Le bébé vient de s'endormir il y a un instant. The next sentence is el dash il y a une minute. The verb is sortir. Now we can see il y a plus a time factor which is une minute. So we will use the passé récent tense and it will be written as el vient de sortir. The next tense is the imperative tense which is normally used to give orders and commands. Although there is no keyword for the imperative sentence, we normally use it in a sentence which has no subjects. Now let us look at a few examples. The first sentence is dash bonjour à votre directeur and the verb here is dire. Now as we all know, we conjugate any verb in the imperative sentence in three forms: to form, nous form or vous form. We have to look for clues to know in which form we have to conjugate the verb. Now in the first tense, we can see that the adjective possessive given to us is votre. So we will conjugate the verb in the imperative tense in vous form. So it will be written as these. The next sentence is dash do courage and the verb here is avoir. Now we can see that there are no clues given in this sentence. So we can conjugate the verb avoir in the imperative tense in any form. So we can use any form. However, I am using the two forms, so we will write AIE do courage. The next tense is the imperfect tense. The keywords for this tense are otrafua, oparava, dabitud, and suva. It is also used to describe weather in the past, and avu or etra always take up imperfect whenever written in the past. And also, the other keyword is to plus time factor. Now let us look at some examples. The first sentence is hier, il, beau. The verb is fair. Now we can see that the here is been used. Therefore it is a past context, and also it is used to describe weather. So we have learned that whenever we describe weather in past, we always use imperfect. So we will use imperfect and it will be written as hier, il faisait beau. The next sentence is nu, tu la, nui, and the verb is travailler. Now we can see that tu plus time factor, that is la nui, has been used. So we will use imperfect. So it will be written as nu travaillons. The next topic are C conditions. C conditions are if sentences in French. An example of an if sentence can be if you are sick, go to the doctor. Now, in French, whenever a sentence with C has a present tense, the other part of the sentence always takes up future or the imperative tense. Now, students ask me, how do we come to know whether we have to use the future tense or the imperative sentence? Guys, that is a very easy rule that whenever you see that the part of the sentence after the comma does not have a subject, it will automatically take up the imperative tense. Now, let's study the examples. The first example is si tu es malade dash chez le médecin, and the verb is aller. Now, we can see that the first part of the sentence contains tu es, that is the present tense, and the other part of the sentence does not have a subject. So, we have learned that si plus present is equal to imperative when no subject. Therefore, we will use the imperative tense, and it will be written as va. The next example is ce, il, dash, vous, aujourd'hui, je, dash. Now, now we can see that in the first part of the sentence, aujourd'hui has been used. And we know that whenever aujourd'hui is used, we use present tense. So the first part of the sentence will take up present tense and it will become il fait. Now we have learned that C plus present is equal to future if the second part of the sentence has a subject. So the second part of the sentence will take up future and it will become Ce il fait beau aujourd'hui, je sortirai. The next is whenever the part of the sentence with C has imperfect tense, the second part of the sentence always takes up conditional present. Friends, as we know that conditional present is the tense which has the base of future and endings of imperfect. Now, let us take a few examples. Si Marian avidutto el dash de la gymnastique. We can see that the part of the sentence with C has imperfect tense, so the other part will take conditional present. So it will become L for A, for A. The second example is ils mangerez du gâteau so il a dash fame. Now, friends, there is a twist as we have been given the other part of the sentence and we have to fill the part with the C clause. Now, the other part of the sentence has conditional present as it has the base of future that is manger and endings of imperfect which is AIENT. So the C part will always take off imperfect and it will become ave. Thank you. Friends, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. You can ask your doubts in the comment section. And if you have any doubt in a particular tense, you can watch my videos which I will be soon uploading and which will pay emphasis on a particular tense of a verb. Thank you for watching my video.